countries still face structural bottlenecks and weaknesses. Infrastructure to support industrialization and trade, such as energy, roads, and rail, is still a challenge. Human capacity to effectively manage the extractive industry is still inadequate and or lacking. Financial resources for quality investment in strategic sectors of the economy, including industrialization and value addition, job creation, are still insufficient. The knowledge and use of ICT platforms for business and individual use is still limited. In addition, there is limited investment, slow progress in industrialization, inadequate production of finished goods and value addition, and limited inter- and intra-regional trade between and among NAM member states. Excellencies, a combination of these bottlenecks, together with other challenges, such as the financial and economic crisis, climate change, recurrent food crisis, energy price volatility, and pandemics, more often than not, render our efforts towards socioeconomic transformation futile. It is in recognition of this and other challenges that we chose, I open quotes, deepening cooperation for shared global affluence, I close quotes, as the theme for the 19th NAM Summit. We believe that deepening cooperation is the best mutually benefiting way to create global wealth and affluence that can trickle down to all parts of the world and in turn enhance the capacities of all economies to increase global demand, create jobs for our people, and also create markets among NAM economies, but also all the nations of the world. Deepening cooperation will require removing all barriers that impede progress. It will also require supporting and facilitating regional and international trade, affordable and appropriate technology transfer, development of adequate and appropriate infrastructure for industrialization and production, value addition and attraction of quality investments in strategic sectors of NAM economies, employment creation and supporting efforts that improve our people's livelihoods and prosperity and collective responsibility, including women involvement in socio-economic transformation. Excellencies, as we deliberate during this summit, we should reaffirm our commitment to maintain cohesion and unity among ourselves on all issues of common interest and to promoting our common positions within relevant multilateral fora. Before I come to the conclusion of my opening remarks, Excellencies, allow me to share with you brief highlights about our country, Uganda. And I would like to begin by bringing you very warm greetings from His Excellency, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of Uganda. He sent his regards to all of you, Excellencies. Let me state that Uganda is ripe for investment, and Uganda's $50 billion economy enjoys market linkages within the $305 billion East African Community economy, the fastest growing and most diversified bloc on the African continent. In addition, Uganda is centrally located, providing access to regional markets of the East African countries, which with a population of over 300 million, with a combined GDP of 305 billion. This offers a large market for exports within the region and a growing middle class. The common market of East and Southern Africa and the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, with over 55 member states, and the African Continental Free Trade Area created a market of 1.4 billion consumers, making it an ideal partner for trade and investment. Uganda has maintained a relatively stable and robust economic growth rate over the years at an average of 6.2% in the past 37 years. Uganda's GDP per capita is now at $1,100 and is fast rising, and thus promising a sustainable market for local production of fast-moving consumer goods and services, making the country highly rewarding for foreign direct investment. Excellencies, on the account of prudent macroeconomic management, Uganda continues to enjoy a stable macroeconomic environment characterized by low inflation, now at 2.6%, a stable currency, and high sustained growth. Uganda's economic outlook is very optimistic, and this is mainly because of the consistent support to the private sector through supportive policies. I was informed that diplomacy is also economic. Excellencies, for opportunities in Uganda, when you return to your respective countries, Uganda enjoys market access in the East African community with a population of 300 consumers, the common market of East Africa and Southern Africa, COMESA, with a population of 600 consumers, and the Continental Free Trade Area with a population of 1.4 billion consumers. Uganda has an everything but arms trade with the European Union, and Uganda has trade deals with China and India, and investors can access all these markets by domiciling in Uganda. Uganda has an excellent working and living condition and environment, and it is rated as the third most welcoming country in the world and the fourth best country in the world to visit. Uganda offers the lowest cost of living with excellent housing, and its fast-growing workforce and flexible labor regulations provides a key advantage for companies investing in labor-intensive operations. Uganda is also the most open economy to foreign direct investment, and there is no restriction on ownership of investments, movement of capital or foreign exchange. The World Bank's data indicates that on average, net foreign direct investment inflows have exceeded $1 billion each year. Uganda cooperates very well with all its neighbors, and we are currently cooperating with the Democratic Republic of Congo and the United Republic of Tanzania in the development of the oil pipeline and also the border posts. Uganda is a beacon of security in the region, and investors can be sure that they will be safe in Uganda and their property is secure. Uganda has enjoyed political stability for nearly 4 decades, and this provides certainty to investors. This has enabled uninterrupted business growth for a very long time. Excellencies, with this brief illustration, one gets a clear picture that Uganda is full of investment potential in many areas. We welcome investors and companies from the NAM countries to Uganda to do business with us. I encourage you to find time and visit Uganda beyond Kampala and experience the true Ugandan hospitality. And with these few remarks, I once again welcome you to Uganda and wish you very fruitful deliberations. And indeed, should you find some spare time, please explore Uganda by visiting our freshwater bodies, our game parks, with a wide variety of birds, animals, and plant species, and enjoy our flora and fauna. It is now my singular honor and privilege, Excellencies, to declare this ministerial meeting of the 19th Summit of Heads of State of Non-Aligned Movement officially open. I thank you for your kind attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have now 2 minutes of technical break to see off the dignitary from the conference hall, and then we will continue our deliberations.